wait again. Trump saying make America great again. Troy Ave saying bacon water whip, wait again. I'm wearing full and furs.
I'm in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Welcome back to In Black America Radio with your host, Rasta B. Today is June 30th, the day Jay-Z album dropped, 444. Everybody going crazy. That's the reason why the show started so late. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do a whole lot of shit. Today's title, we're going to be talking about Umar Johnson's Breakfast Club interview, and we're going to fake woke black people. You know, guest call-in number 646-716-4654. And we're just gonna go straight on to it. Let me go ahead and bring my co-host Smoke in. Smoke, are you there?
Yep. Yo, what's good?
Shit, man. You know. The show had to start a little late, man. I was trying to, I got the official tissue, boy, to get the Jigga Man's joint. So,
okay.
You know, I got that like that. Look, I had to go back to the old school way. You know what I'm saying? I had to connect to the streets. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, be on.
So you enjoying 444?
Well, you got me waiting.
I couldn't even because by the time I got the official tissue link to get the whole shebang bang, it was like 8:57. It was like 8:57.
So you got like 3 songs.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it happened the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to really do it, but I did hear the OJ joint and seen the video.
Yeah, I like that.
And seen the video. That shit's hard.
I like that. Yeah.
That shit's hard. That shit's hard, boy. That shit's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm listening to that. And I'm gonna tell you something funny. The funny thing about the whole Jay-Z's album and shit like that is this. I pump my head with a lot of information, and I try to balance it off with stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Too much overload, brain overload. So I balance it off with the stupidity. So I'll listen to like the regular, everyday black people shit, the raps and the rappers and all they mumble bullshit, and they're not talking about shit. You basically listening to the beat, you know what I'm saying, and the energy type shit. So on my way to work, I'm listening, and they playing some cuts from the Jay-Z joint. So I'm listening to it, and I'm like, yo, like literally, it felt like my whole brain just said, okay, let me sit down right here, like this spliff, you know what I'm saying, so I can hear these lyrics. Like, I felt my whole body just calm down, you know what I'm saying? I'm just listening to shit. So I'm like, damn, yo, this shit right here, because it sounds spoken word. That's the feel I get from the album, like it's a spoken word album over beats. So I'm listening to the joint, and so I'm like, wow, okay, shit, all right, this right here is going to change the game, because you only could get that fast food for so long before you need some good nourishment, you know what I mean? So a woman call up, and she like, yo, this chick is damn near in tears, and she like, yo, you know, I'm listening to the album, and it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It really touched me, you know, because, you know, I was a woman who was cheated on, and just to listen to it, I could really relate, and I laughed to myself because I said, wow, when was the last time you heard people talking about the music connecting to them? You know what I'm saying? When the last time you
not
heard
like that. No.
Yeah, because everything now is drugstore. Everybody want to be dope heads and junkies. You know what I'm saying?
You always say that. You always hear the artist say they got a note from a fan or something like that saying their music but you don't really hear the fans say that. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's cool. That's cool.
I'm gonna tell you, I felt old as a motherfucker, boy. I felt old as a motherfucker today. I'm sitting over here and I'm like, yo, the Jay-Z album out. I'm trying to get it. They telling you about streaming and you can only view a Sprint, which I am, or Tidal, and I'm like, yo, how the hell can I get the album? You gotta sign up here and that. And I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to get the goddamn album. So that's when I had to hit to the streets, not literally the real streets like back in our days, but the social media, and be like, yo, how can I get this link? I could hear the album, and I got somebody that sent it to me. But I put as a comment on her page, I was like, damn, now I know how the old people felt when 8-tracks switched over to tapes. You know what I'm saying? They probably like, where the hell am I get my OJ's record from? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Something about a cassette. The hell is a cassette? What the hell is a cassette? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel today. I'm like, sign up. I ain't about to sign. I don't want to sign up nowhere. I just want the music. I got to do this extra shit for. So, you know, but hey, you want something good, you're going to get that. So that's what it is. I did find it interesting that one of the highlights of the Jay-Z joint is about his mother coming out as gay, right? But that's not a new story.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Yeah, remember there was a female, I want to say aspiring rapper, some shit like that, whoever the hell she was. Yeah, like years ago. This is before Barack. So this might have been like 8 years ago type shit, you know what I'm saying? And she was the first person who said that. Was saying how, yo, like, I think she got dropped or some shit. And she the first person I ever heard say that. She was like, yo, Jay-Z trying to hide the fact that his mom's a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, not to talk bad on nobody, but, you know.
Yeah. It's good to just know, like, I mean, like, it's just good music you can listen to, break down. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like the corny shit and some shit that's force-fed. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I heard off of it so far is like, you know, it's something you can vibe to. You know what I mean? That OJ joint, I was watching that at work like, ooh, I got to see this again. You know what I'm saying? I got this. So,
this is serious.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? If I get that link, I might idle it up, you know what I mean? But I ain't get it yet, so we'll see. But
I'm gonna send you that joint.
444.
To you.
444. You know?
My brother,
so, that's what it is.
Yeah, my brother, he sent it to me first, but it shit ain't work. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like under his Google account or something. So I guess I had to have his, but. Yeah, man, yo, blessings to the person that damn said that to me, because I needed that. I'm trying to play it on the phone while I'm talking, but I can't. All right, so, yeah, I couldn't even do that, because what I wanted to do was play, because I had it downloaded on my phone. So what I wanted to do was, like I said, all of this is going on in, like, literally 8:57. Even if you look at the show, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even promote the show. I just really put everything boom and just, you know, like, it just says, in Black America Radio, Rasta B and co-host Smoke will build on Umar Johnson, Breakfast Club interview, and the cross of the Black race. Done. Let's go. I ain't put no tags. I ain't put shit, yo. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's all G. It's all G. So, you know, salute to the Jigger Man all day.
Yeah, you get a good listen and give a review of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Once you get a good listen.
Oh, man, I got enough herb, you know what I'm saying, for me to twist one up. It's going to look like somebody been dipping in my little stash, you know what I mean? But I have some nice, at least a spliff left, you know what I'm saying, for me to just to burn and just listen and vibe out to the music, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to skip mute songs because I already see they got the boy Frank Ocean on there. But that's a swap. Yeah, that's a swap though because he on his joint.
Yeah, Frank usually deliver when he with Jay. So a couple songs I can think of. Him and Jay-Z.
I only know one song, and once the nigga came out, I ain't never play that song again. So the end with that one. But shout out to the Jigga Man. Now I want to put another little announcement out there for the people to know. You ever followed the Carmichael show?
No, I haven't started watching that yet.
You never watched that?
So I know what you're talking about. I saw one episode. I can't even remember what it was about. I was just looking at it, just like browsing through. But I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah, well, the shit's getting canceled.
Damn.
The Carmichael show is getting canceled. This season is the last season, and so let me read the story because I was shocked. Let me tell you, the Carmichael show is funny as shit. I'm not a fan of Gerard Carmichael, and I'm not a fan of his comedy, his stand-up comedy. But the Carmichael show, that shit's funny. From David Allen Greer, Loretta Devine, both of them, hilarious. Little Rel and Tiffany Haddish, funny. You see what I'm saying? And then Gerard Carmichael and his little mulatto girlfriend, they're just like characters within that funniness. Even though the show is built upon his comedy stand-up routine. And it's like Tell. You dig what I'm saying? They'll get a comedy joint and then they'll turn that into an episode type shit, I guess. But the Carmichael show is canceled after 3 seasons at NBC. Now, for the 3 seasons, they're only on their 2nd episode, I believe. 2nd or 3rd episode, it might be. Canceled. So they go, it's the end for the Carmichael show. The current 3rd season of the Carmichael show, of the NBC sitcom, will be its last, the Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. The Carmichael show was such a wonderful show that we chose to focus today not on its loss, but on the 3 incredible seasons we had the pleasure to produce. 20th Century Fox television president Joni Davis and Howard Kurtzman, whose studio produced the comedy, said in a statement, "We are thankful to the brilliant Gerard Carmichael and his talented cast, and to showrunner Daniel Sanchez Whitzel, our fantastic writers and devoted production team. It's a rarity that a comedy series tackles the social and political issues of the day in such a clever and hilariously funny way, which it was. This show was special and we will miss it. The news come on the day that the cast options were set to expire. The series is currently in the midst of its 3rd season on NBC and will air its now series finale in August." And that's the end. But let me tell you, the subject matter that the Carmichael show tackles, they go there. They go there. Let me tell you, some of the shit, right? Some of the shit that they say, you'll be like the topic, you'll be like, now how you gonna make a joke out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like another good comedian.
They was talking about voting. The little girl was talking to what's the lady name in that show?
Loretta Devine party.
Yeah, Loretta Devine. She was talking to her, asking her questions to see. She asked her, was she a Democrat or Republican? She said she was a Democrat. Then she started asking her questions, and she, basically answer to the question was she was, you know, proved she was a Republican. I was watching that part or whatever. That joint had me dying laughing or whatever.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. All of them joints from season 1 all the way to now, yo, them shit's gonna have you here. And a good comedian who's also like that, who have topics that's like, how can you make a joke about that? But it's funny. The brother name is Michael Che. Michael C-H-E. He's he a brother from the SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
He's from that. Yeah, he's from that. Yo, he got a stand-up special. Literally, he got a stand-up special that when you hear him setting up the joke, you'll be like, now how in the hell you going to get a joke out of that? And when he finished, you're going to be crying. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of shit. That's how the Carmichael show was. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't like Gerard Carmichael's stand-up. I can't watch his stand-up. But the sitcom, the Carmichael show, that shit was brilliant. Good TV. Good black TV. It wasn't even coonery, none of that shit. It's like, and what I'm saying, it wasn't even, right? Which somebody might hear that and think it's doubt, like, well, it must have been, but I don't know. It's not coonery at all. But what happened is everybody's playing their role, right? Gerard Carmichael and his mulatto girlfriend, they're supposed to be millennials, modern, today type people. The mother and the father is supposed to be back in the day mind frame people. You see what I'm saying? And then the Little Rel and Tiffany Haddish character is supposed to be like a little in between that, where they're not the bourgeois type black, but they're also not the old school, but they're just regular in the middle black people. Hey, listen, if they say go, I go type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how they was able to really spring on a comedy, because the comedy really came because you have errors, mind frame, tackling the subject. So you might have the little mulatto girl, like, telling Loretta Devon, like, you know, don't you, you know what I'm saying, want more rights? And as a woman, don't you feel like you should? And Loretta Devon, like, I'm not thinking about none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why should I be working? So it's like, you know what I'm saying, to be like a little conflict. Really brilliant show. But you know why they canceled that? So they had the shooting at the baseball field, right? They have an episode about shooting. I don't know what it's about, but they end up having to swap that episode. I think that might have been the second episode. They end up having to swap that episode, or maybe the third one, swap that episode for a different one because of the congressional baseball shoot. You see what I'm saying? They deal with topics on suicide, whether you should use the N-word or not. Bill Cosby, on NBC, they're talking about Bill Cosby. Should you support, should you not support? A kid who... All right, so the kid they thought was gay. So everybody like, okay, we get that. We understand the gay shit now. But then to find out the kid wasn't gay, the kid was transgender. So they like, whoa, what the fuck is all of that? So it's funny because you'll sit there and be like, man, nobody want to watch a show about all of that. Nah, the way they break this shit down, It's hilarious because they don't break it down like they're telling you an objective. They just showing you everybody different perspective on how they react to the subject. And that's what was funny. You know what I'm saying? So for them to get rid of it, that shit, for the producer at 20th Century Fox to say the Carmichael Show was such a wonderful show that we choose to focus today not on its lore, but on the 3 incredible seasons that we had the pleasure to produce makes no sense to why you're canceling the show. You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah, he's like
there's
picking it up, but it's like,
yeah, some behind the scenes shit. Maybe it was too I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The shit was funny.
Too edgy.
The shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? And for them to sit there and say, I don't even want to focus on the loss of the show. Let's talk about the wonderfulness. If you bigging a show up like that, how y'all get rid of that? But then y'all could have some, what is it, the 2 broke girls? They have the 2 broke girls on for mad seasons and nobody watched that shit? Like, come on. It all goes to the economy. It all goes back to the economy. You know what I'm saying? It all goes back to that at the end of the day. Guest calling number 646-716-4654. We're going to talk about Umar Johnson Breakfast Club interview and fake woke black people. So which one you want to talk about first? Smoke, you want to get onto this Umar Johnson joint, or you want to talk about these fake woke black people?
Shit. Go to the interview.
Umar.
Yeah.
Let's do Umar. Yeah, let's go with Umar. So we can knock that out the park real quick. Boom. Now, you know I'm not a fan of Umar. I'm not no Umar Johnson fan, right? Not because, let me just keep it simple. I'm not a Umar Johnson fan because I've been listening to Umar Johnson for like 36 years, all my life, right? I hear the rhetoric. I told y'all, this shit is repeating itself. I'm about to be 40. Every 20 years is a generation. Every 20 years they play the same game. So when I'm telling you, I'm seeing this shit happen again, it's repeating. You dig what I'm saying? I'm telling you 20 and 20. So when I'm listening to Umar talk about the whole putting the kids into the special ed, my sister is a teacher, and she teaches special ed. So me and her spoke about this. She was talking to me and her had a conversation a year before the Atlanta public cheating scandal happened. And I remember my sister telling me, like, yo, it's so stressful working in Atlanta. They don't want you to teach their kids. They just want you to teach them the answers to teach them basically whatever the questions are on the test. Teach them that. They don't need to learn nothing else type shit. So I remember she was telling me that, and we would talk a lot about the educational shit. So when Umar Johnson came on the scene and he started talking, the reason why I was able to be like, oh, okay, this brother's on point is because what he was saying, me and my sister already had conversations about. So when I'm hearing him talk, it's not a situation of, you don't say. Did you hear this, brother? It's more so like, nah, he know what he's talking about. Because my sister works for special ed, and the shit he's saying is right and exact. Let me hear more. So as I'm hearing more of what he's saying, I'm like, nah, yo, this brother's on point. You know what I'm saying? Let my sister listen and all that shit. She listening. She's like, nah, he's for real. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. All good. But what happened was, as he keep doing his thing, okay, then it was the whole Sarnetta versus Umar shit. Remember, and then it was the whole shit, Sarnetta trying to get the nigga baby moms, all that dumb shit. So when I'm listening to this shit, I'm like, I couldn't tell heads and tails off of that because it didn't make sense. But I was just like, man, that's some crazy shit because what the brother's saying is right in his act. But you know what? You don't pick sides on information. I'm listening to both brothers. Boom. Then I got into the then I'm listening to him speak to the brother. I think the brother name is Dawood or something out of Chicago, I believe. And they were talking about homosexuality. And I believe the brother Dawood, if I'm saying his name correctly, he was like basically chopped the damn homo head off. End of story. Where Umar was more so like, we need to fix the problem. So when I heard him say that, I said, okay, he's going to have issues in the black conscious community because we don't believe in fixing that problem. We believe in chopping your head off. No sweat, no attack, no nothing towards the brother. But I'm just telling you my timeline. So then, after a while, the rhetoric started to just sound repetitive. So after a while, I was like, all right. I done heard the daddy ain't home syndrome. I done heard the attack on the black boys and the pipe to the prisons and related to the Frederick Douglass and all of that. I done heard all of that shit, right? Again, no issue, no attack on the brother because he's lecturing and he's traveling, so you have to keep telling the story over and over so everybody who don't know the story now knows the story. But I've heard it too much, so I said, you know what? Let me give the brother a break. That way, you know what I'm saying, he'll have some different information. So I don't know how long it was that I haven't listened to Umar. But I haven't listened to him. It wasn't like nothing long, like years or nothing. It probably was like a couple of months, right, tops. And then my sister, the school teacher, so she texted me and she's like, did you hear about the brother Umar? Because, you know, I'm hearing about the school and he want to get to school and all that. The brother Umar, I'm like, nah, what happened? She's like, yo, you ain't hear about the stripper? And I'm like, yo, this nigga stripping? I'm like, damn, this brother's really dedicated to getting this money for this school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, what are you doing? Right? So then my sister's like, yo, I'm on my way. So she swing by the crib or whatever. So she like, yo, your boy Umar, that shit crazy, yo. He got a whole controversy going on with a stripper. So I'm like, what? She said, yo, YouTube it. I'm like, all right. I go to the YouTube. I type in Umar Johnson, and it says something homosexuality, something war on boys, so, you know, whatever the titles are, like that. Nothing about stripper. So I got to type in stripper, and then it gets this whole conscious stripper shit. It's like I stumbled on the polite tranny shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. It's not nothing that if you just type in polite, you're going to see tranny. You see what I'm saying? You have to have seen that, oh, okay, this nigga caught up in a tranny scandal. Okay, I didn't know about I'm just taking a break from the whole Umar shit. So then I typed in, I'm listening to this shit, I'm listening to how he's talking about the chick, and I'm like, God damn, this nigga, how you talking about whatever the fuck she is? Like, how you as a black man speaking the way you spoke, though, talking all this shit that you speaking, but then this is how you talking about this woman. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, that's weird. But I was just like, all right. Then when I'm listening to him say how he was getting $1 million donation from an athlete, and the stripper controversy threw it off because the athlete went to Google who Umar Johnson was, and when he seen the stripper thing, that's what made him pull his money out. And I'm like, what? Nigga, stripper shit. And I'm talking about when I got this shit, everything says day one. Like it was like yesterday was probably the controversy, and I'm catching it the next day type shit. It's not like a month or a week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, strip? I'm like, when you type his name in, you don't get stripper first. So I said, red flag one. Because, you know, whatever with the stripper shit, that has nothing to do with nothing. But I look at how you react to shit. That's what's more interesting to me. It's about what you don't say. It's not about what you say. It's about what you don't say. All right, cool. So then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why would a basketball player, let me say that again. Why would a basketball player have an issue with a brother and strippers? That don't make sense. When basketball players stay blowing their bread on strippers. So why would that be an issue for him to donate to somebody? That don't make sense. I said it would have made more sense to me if he would have said I keep saying basketball player. He actually said athlete. If the cousin of the athlete said, "Oh, my cousin Googled you, and he can't donate because of your viewpoint on homosexuality," which I don't think his viewpoint on homosexuality is extreme at all compared to the black conscious community. We believe in chop your head off. Get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's what we believe. Where Umar was saying, no, we need to fix the problem. So his viewpoint on homosexuality isn't even bad. But we understand the world we live in. So I said that could make an athlete say, I'm not going to donate. I don't want my name tied to that. A stripper? I said that makes no sense. But I said, you know what? All right. Now we got the controversy shit with Sadnetta earlier. Now we got the stripper shit. So I said, so to me, I'm like, wow, that's 2 times he having issues when it comes to women, though. No problem. And a lot of people don't even hit to the Sadnetta shit. Their first shit was the stripper shit, right? Okay, no problem. Then I'm listening to the school shit, how he get in these schools and stuff. So I go and Google the school. I'm reading up, and they like, yo, they done spoke to the brother. They gave him to the end of, I can't remember the date no more, 2014 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like 2014. If I put my money on it, I'm pretty sure it was like 2014.
That sound about.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was 2014. He had a deadline. We're in the middle of 2017 right now, and he's still talking about getting to school. And now he want to move it here. He want to move it there. But again, like anybody in the know knows, there's always been black conscious schools and Hebrew schools and Muslim schools, Rastafarian schools, because we went to Rastafarian schools. Me and my brother and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Not schools, but, you know, after we went to public school, then we would go, you know what I'm saying, they chanting and shit, and we in another room where we have to learn, we're learning Amharic and stuff from Ethiopia and, you know, things of this nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we always had little underground little schools and shit like that in the black community. Currently, we have it. So it's like, why are you trying to recreate the wheel? Why are you trying to buy a black college that's drowning in debt? You gonna pay off the debt first, and then start to that? None of that makes sense. Why you don't go and get you a building? Get you a building, and in the building teach. Where's the rest of the people around you? Where's your councilmen? Where's the other factors for this reality of yours? Didn't see none of that. Then I'm looking at the timelines. The timelines not adding up. But then I keep hearing him pushing and pushing and pushing for the school situation. But the reality, that deadline was been over. Why are you still asking money for this now? I'm not understanding how a man, let's say hypothetically speaking, you raise 100,000, right? Because I think they saying 200 and 300, right? Who knows? You know what? Let's not even say 100. Let's say 50,000 you raise. You mean to tell me you don't have no type of plan to say, okay, outside of fundraising, you don't have no idea how to flip 50,000 to 150,000? Your only game plan is to keep asking me for money? Smoke.
Gotta have a different layer.
What's the capitalistic pyramid?
Collecting.
Look, what is the capitalistic pyramid? I'm trying to pull it up real quick. Capitalistic.
Yeah, I had a hard copy
pyramid.
in front of me. It's like I always be moving that shit. Yeah.
See, I want to put the pyramid up because you got to figure out where these people are on the chart. And where these people are on the chart is, we eat for you. You dig what I'm saying? We eat for you. And that's what they do. These people, they sit there and they know that the people on the bottom of the chart, which is the working people, the everyday people, our shit is we work for oil, we feed oil. These other people are above us, off of us. That's the reason why they keep telling us that we spend trillions of dollars, and if we could, and if we could, and if we could. And it's like, why are y'all talking to us and not the business community? Because they're all running the game on us. So now, once I realized that Umar was not getting his damn school, when he kept, you know what I'm saying, and then some of the words were starting to get disrespectful and all kind of shit after a while. They got to one point, it was the arrogance, and I was just like, yeah, okay. So then I already seen this before, right? So I said, okay, so this ain't going nowhere, and I left it alone. Okay, fast forward now, let's get to today's interview, the Breakfast Club. Now, what was your viewpoint on his interview on the Breakfast Club?
He didn't really say anything like that ain't, that's amazing or, some groundbreaking shit. I mean, the overall for me is like what stood out for me is the shit that, we've been saying on our show, you know what I'm saying? It's like just the previous show we spoke on, Philando Castile and, the multiple police shootings and killings that's been going on around the country. And not only the shootings and killings, but, these officers being acquitted on any charges, if charges was coming up. And so, he made the point of which, we made that point on the last show that what's happening in these cases is that none of the cops are getting charged because it would set a precedent, through the cases that other shootings, incidents that they'd be able to go back to and be able to, go back to and charge future cops. So as long as the standard, and he's not saying all these words, but he's, as long as the standard is that cops don't get charged or for these crimes or they get not guilty, then future shootings, you know what I mean, is gonna be pretty much the same shit, the same occurrence.
Yeah.
And another point that he had made on there, and Charlemagne kind of like really, put the stamp on the point. It's something we also said on the show, maybe a couple months back, I can't remember, but how we spoke about, to the effect of how, during the Barack presidency, we pretty much we didn't mobilize. We pretty much sat still. We didn't have any game plan, no action, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they made the point of Barack being, pretty much just like a symbol. You know what I mean? That figurehead symbol that we all look to, but it really was just that. You know what I mean? And they, in the interview, they spoke of, having, buying a Cadillac.
Wait, take a pen right there. What's this? Black people isn't stupid, right? We just act stupid, right? Black people ain't dumb, we just act dumb. We know exactly what's going on, and we know how to solve it because we deal with it every day, and we solve it every day. We just don't want to do it where it's going to make us free, right? You just said that Umar said that on the Breakfast Club interview that when Barack was president, we didn't do nothing. We didn't mobilize. We didn't do shit, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So watch this. The clear indication that that's true is the slogan that everybody used. Stay woke. Stay woke. So then what the fuck was you during Barack Obama era? That's a clear indication that you were asleep if you now telling everybody to stay woke. So that's what I'm saying. We know what we're doing. We're not dumb. We know who the enemy is. We know how to, everything we know. Playing dumb. And we scared to really make moves and to do what we got to do. For you to sit there and say stay woke, that means you're openly saying, yeah, we was asleep for the many years. Which I agree. Y'all was. But acknowledge it. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, I mean, those were the two major points on there that, you know, that we spoke about, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just another thing for the listeners to go back to, you know, and listen to the old shows, because a lot of times we point out things and sometimes it sounds crazy when we saying it, or it might not be 100% relative to that current show, or, you know, maybe some future predicting, so to speak. But, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we be hitting on some of those topics. So, you know, you can just go back and listen to it. But those were the two things that stood out to me, you know, in relevance to, you know, what we do or what we talking about.
Let me tell you, you can listen to any of the old shows, and them shits might sound like the shit was done yesterday. That's the whole purpose of why I started putting the dates on the show, because I wasn't putting dates on the show. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't putting dates on the show. But then I said, nah, let me put dates on the show because I don't want no predictions to be made on the show. I don't even want to say predictions. I don't want nothing said on this show that might sound so far-fetched and crazy today to be heard 4 years from now and people think that it was currently made. You know what I'm saying? And this is not something already been said. You know what I'm saying? Type shit like that. So that's why I did that. Now, my viewpoint of the whole Umar Johnson shit was this. I'm going to break it down like this. We're going to use a little math, right? So, in your mind, on a piece of paper, however, put out a cross, right? In the middle of that cross is a circle, right? I don't know what the actual name of it is. Do you know the name of that shit? Is it called like the number chart? Let me see.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to think of the shit I'm trying to explain. Is it a number chart? No, it's not a number chart. It's that chart where there's the negative one. It's like -1 to 10 going down, +1 to 10 going up.
No,
-1 to 10 going to the right, +1 to 10 going to the right, -1 to 10 going to the left. I can't think of what that chart is called, right?
I didn't even know that had a name, but it would make sense.
Yeah,
but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got the illustration in my head and shit.
Think about that chart. Where we black people is at -1. We're at -1. Another example I can use, except -1 for people that can't really break down the number part. It's like I ain't no number person. Give me another example. We're gonna call number 1 below poverty. That's what we're going to call number one, below poverty, right? Or we're going to call it you're swimming in debt. You got a whole lot of debt. Any of those examples?
The sunken place.
Right. So, yeah, you can even use the sunken place. You in the sunken place, right? All of that is -1 across the board. Then what happened is zero is the conscious nigga. Zero is the information. Zero is your black leadership. Zero is your blog talk speaker. Zero is that. It's just ideas. That's what zero is. To get away from the numbers, let's get to the next thing. Instead of being below poverty, now you're in poverty. You see what I'm saying? You got poverty, then you got below poverty. Now you're not below poverty no more. You're just in poverty. Okay? Instead of you being in a sunken place, you're now just a black dude that likes to date the white girl. You didn't get to the sunken place yet. Now you're just a black dude, and you see what I'm saying? You're the level before that level. That's what, you're in debt, and now you're even. You break even. You see what I'm saying? You don't have no credit card debt. That's zero. And then one is action.
Positive one.
Positive one, excuse me, right, you're correct. Positive one is action. The next example, the brother who's in the sunken place, now he only dates black women. You see what I'm saying? You went from the sunken place to dealing with white women to leaving them all alone and dealing with your sisters. Elevation. You went from being in debt to not having no debt to now having money and savings. You got money, you got income coming in. You got you have money accumulated, not money in debt. You're not $15,000 in debt. You got $15,000. If you ever need it, it's right here. CDs, right. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Savings. That's what one is. We never make it to one. You see what I'm saying? We never make it to one. We know we got to get to one. The zeros even talk about one, but we never make it to one. So what happened is when you're listening to the zeros, just the information, right? And you listen to them, and then they prop themselves up as gods and the ones, the gatekeepers with the information, they're zeros. Then what happened is the minus ones listen to the zeros, and they like, yo, that's some deep shit he just said. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, you're below poverty. So now if you go and you tell this person, hey, man, well, why don't you stop buying this weed and beer on the weekend, scraping money up for that, and shit, accumulate that money. And you know how to rake yards and shit. Come out here, rake yards and grab some, you get some bread up. And now he's starting to get little bread now and little money. Now he's no longer living below poverty. Now he got a little income. Now he ain't rich. He's not even living better than the person working in McDonald's. He could still be living in the project. But now he have money that he relies upon that makes him financially doing better than the rest of the poor people that he around, basically. He ain't starving. He can eat now. He got money coming in now. So even though on the outside he might look like, damn, yo, that dude look like he living rough. He looking like, yo, there was a time when I ain't have shit. I was capturing mice and cooking them shits to eat. Now I could go grocery shopping. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm generating money. So if I get him to that level, right, where I can go grocery shopping, get some food or whatever to eat, he gonna look at you like, yo, man, this dude here, he got the information. That's heaven sent. But you still in poverty though. You dig what I'm saying? Or you go to the sister who's in debt and you say, this is what you need to do, sister. Cut up these credit cards. How much of these credit cards is already you're not paying and whatever like that? Well, no. Here's your credit card, sister. You in your debt. You already living it how you doing it how you live. Cut up some credit cards and just work off the money that you have, yo. Don't even pay them credit card debts. I'm gonna show you how to get them off your credit through a dispute. And then you dispute the credit cards off it. She don't have that. You teaching her how to accumulate money. She got a little bit of money now. No. You don't teach her how to accumulate money. Excuse me. You get out the debt, and now she's zeroed out. She have no debt. You know what I'm saying? Credit might still be bad. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? She ain't got to worry about none of them credit cards. You show her how to accumulate her money and live a little below her means. But she's still not living good. You dig what I'm saying? She don't got no credit card debt. She right in the middle. So what happens with these people is, with the zeros, once you only get information, after a while you get sick of the information because you don't see no progress. And you know what happens? Then you fall back down to -1. So shorty go back to, before I get into that, with the black dude, with the white woman, with Get Out, he's in the sunken place, and you bring him up to consciousness. You see what I'm saying? To who he is. Now he's just a stronger version of him with his white woman now. You see what I'm saying? Instead of him being I gotta go. My honey's calling. And now he's like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Start the car up. I'm about to leave in a minute. And you like, yo, man, you got your woman in check. Yeah, but you still dealing with a white woman, though. You see what I'm saying? So it's level. So what happened is, once you can't maintain in the information realm, because it's just information, it's no different than going to the library. But this information, you can't get up to number 1, where there's action, then you drop back down to -1. So then the girl with the credit cards, she go back to running her credit card debt because she'll get a letter eventually that's going to say, you've been pre-approved for credit 1 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you now go sign for this credit card for $500 or some shit. Now you get yourself back in debt. And the black dude who was just, go start it up, or whatever to the white girl, and now he's looking like, yo, man, it's getting hard out here in these streets, man, or whatever. But I need to just go ahead and just kiss my white girl's ass some more. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't want her to leave me. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody end up retracting back to -1 again. And then it'll be another 20 years Then you're going to hear these zeros again, drawing the minus ones up to the information. But if we don't go to number one, which is action, we're going to keep repeating the cycle back and forth. So when I'm listening to Umar Johnson talk, I'm hearing, just like you said, he's saying some good shit. But you're talking to minus one. You see what I'm saying? You're talking to minus one. Of course you're going to sound good to minus one. But you're not saying nothing prolific, because at the end of the day, where's the blueprint to the solution? That's the whole thing. Where's the blueprint to the solution?
He was gonna open a school in SC. He told Charlamagne he was gonna speak to him, you know, after, you know, off the record or whatever. I'm like,
I mean, to me, South Carolina would be good because that's the South. You got places in the Midwest that would be good, like Detroit, like Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That the place is a little rundown or whatever. So guess what? It should be cheap for you to get a building. You see, the thing that would have made Umar's shit legit is if he had a team. But there's no team. It's just you telling us this psychological dream.
yeah, man, you know, one man show, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what the outcome is. We'll see what the outcome is.
Yeah, we're going to know what the outcome is. We're going to be in 2020. Trump's going to be reelected. And then everybody going to be hooping and hollering about 2020. The first they're going to be doing it in 2019. You're going to hear everybody start talking about 2020's coming, 2020's coming, 2020's coming. And some spooky shit about 2020. Trump's going to get reelected. And then niggas like Umar going to come back around hustling. You see, black people, look what's going on. See how the police doing us? Look, they're more brutal now than before. All of this shit you're going to hear because the cops turn the fuck up. They turning up.
Yeah.
What we don't get, it ain't an attack on us, it's an attack on our baby. So when I'm listening to Umar talk, yeah, he's saying a lot of good stuff. He's saying a lot of true stuff. But you're talking to minus ones. You know what I'm saying? You're talking to minus ones. So, of course, that's going to sound good to minus one. We got to start getting into plus one. We got to start getting into plus one. That's what we got to get into, the plus one realm. That's why me personally, I say I'd rather raise my seed. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather raise my seeds up and lay a foundation for my boys. I'm not worrying about, the black race, and if we just unite. I'm not worried about that. You know why? Because I know what's going to unite black people. It's called economy, dummy. The reason why we don't get that is because we look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We look at ourselves. We say to ourselves, man, niggas ain't going to unite. Niggas ain't going to unite. How? The unity doesn't come through you. The unity comes through the youth. It comes through the next generation.
I'm going to give you a good story of, or get a people a good story of you know, how you unite. You know what I'm saying? How you unite with the youth and shit. So I saw this story earlier today. I thought it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy dope. All right, so I got this from the Daily News, New York Daily News, but it's in mad publications. So, there's a Texas 11-year-old boy invents fan device that could prevent the deaths of young children in hot cars. So this 11-year-old boy, Bishop Curry, he invented this machine. So, all right, so I'll just read off the article. But Bishop Curry is looking to solve the problem of children dying in hot cars. The young Texas boy developed a fan that automatically turns on when inside of a car reaches a certain temperature. The fan will be placed in the headrest that faces the car seat, and it's called he's calling it the Oasis. So the device detects if a vehicle comes to a stop using GPS technology, Curry told CBS News. So this is him talking directly, the young boy. It then detects if a child is in that car seat and if the car is heating up. If all of those things are taking place, it blows cold air on the child through an internal cooling system. He also wanted to make sure the device had an antenna and could connect to Wi-Fi. If the fan was activated, it would notify the parents, and if they don't respond, police would be called. And, GPS provides the location of the police. So Bishop Curry is a young black boy. You know what I mean? He invented this. So, some of that that I was speaking about, that was direct quotes from him talking. So he's an intelligent kid. He's just showing him, creating it. So a GoFundMe page was created for Curry in January, and since he's gone to raise $41,000. Now this is what I thought was real cool too. So since then, the idea has been presented to car seat manufacturers, thanks to his father, Bishop Curry IV, being an engineer at Toyota. Curry's device has since generated interest, but no decision has been made yet. And so, the rest of the article just goes on to talk about how, how he got the motivation because there was a 6-month-old baby that died in the neighborhood, and he started, when he saw the news, he started coming up with the device. He started working on it immediately. He was just touched by, what happened in the case. You know what I'm saying? So he's obviously a bright kid. His father is an engineer who they helped him cultivate his idea, and it was coming to fruition. And his father, he teamed up with his father to present this to Toyota. So this could be something that, we buying you a new Toyota in the next couple years or so. This device can be in there. So, also, and one, that's income, that's money. He's inventing it. He's inventing an item, and now if he could get that in the cars, that's contracts, that's money, that's all part of an economy. You know what I'm saying? So you just see just black excellence right there. The father working with his kid just being intelligent and being able to cultivate his idea. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's about the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? He got the GoFundMe page. They raised $41,000 to help him. You know what I'm saying? Put this together. So, I think back to like a couple of shows ago, we had the caller on, and one of the callers, and he was just talking about the different ideas for businesses, to start in creating a black economy. And he was like, the restaurants, they shut down in the hood, we don't support them and things like that. And I made the point of saying that we got to think outside of the box. So this is like a clear example of just thinking outside of the box. And he his empathy for the situation that happened with the other kid dying, got his brain working, and he started putting his talents to use. But then not also just investing that time, they took the opportunity to look at the financial side of it. So it's like, not only did he be able to just create it and make his idea come to life, now he could possibly make money off of it. So You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes just thinking outside of the box, and you know, the kids always come up with the ideas. You know what I mean? All of these deaths. You know, in the article it mentions that it was like since '94 there's over 804 children dying in those type of deaths. You know, dying inside a hot car and things like that, and no adult thought about that. So you know, the children, they have those ideas. You know, their minds run rampant with ideas and new things that we're not even thinking about. So it's important for us, you know what I mean, to cultivate our kids. I mean, you look at TV and you see all this bullshit going on. You think about the average 11-year-old. You don't think about some type of excellence like that. But this is just a regular little kid, you know what I'm saying? And he, you know, obviously he's smart. You know what I mean? And all our kids could be like that. They just need that guidance. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to Bishop Curry, his pops. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can get that joint up in those cars, and, you know, not only Toyota, maybe they can get it in, you know what I mean, make it standard in all the cars or something like that. But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Hope they get their paper.
Yeah, see, the whole thing about that, which is interesting, is because the brother worked at a car factory or whatever. So he worked, you know what I'm saying? But then his work, even though he's working, he's laying a foundation, and he's educating and showing and guiding his child, where his child now can stand on the platform that the father created and develop that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. Yeah, it's not a situation where we have to say, oh, we have to be. No, you just have to leave the platform and let the next generation do what it do.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to unifying and black people coming together and shit like that, you want black people to come together? Create industry that's going to hire black people to work. And guess what? When you have a bunch of black people getting paid, and they got to be in the same building and they're getting paid to work, guess what they do in that job? They start to befriend each other. They start to hang out and get to know each other. And then guess what? Open up some more industry. So some more unemployed blacks can work. And teens can work. And when they're in the work environment, guess what they end up doing? When they have to work, they learn to depend on each other. Then they develop bonds and talking and relationship. So then once they come out, step outside the workplace now, I don't look at you as anything other than someone I need, because I understand that this economy is running based upon us all working and working together. Why am I going to rob and kill and steal from my brother if I have to go to work in the morning? You know what I'm saying? Like, it might even sound trivial to say that. But why am I going to sit over here and kill my brother if I got to go to work? Why am I arguing with my brother if I got to go to work in the morning?
Yeah.
If I got to feed my family, who's going to feed my family? Yeah, it's like, it really takes. Now, if you was somebody out here in these streets, in and out of jail, hopeless, don't know what you're going to do tomorrow, can't hardly take care of your kids and shit, you know what I'm saying? You don't even see them. Then you don't give a fuck bringing pain to other people's families, to let them feel the pain that you feel. To let them, you know what I'm saying? When I was out there and I'm hungry and my stomach started growling, yo, I ain't give a fuck. I don't care. I got to eat. I'm not about to starve. But guess what? I work, and I invest, and I save my money, and I try to do right with my bread. You see what I'm saying? I don't be stealing shit. Fuck, I look like fucking snatching food and running at 36. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you want to show unity towards the people? We have to create the goddamn economy, which is going to rely upon us working with and for and together. We want to sit here and talk about black people unifying when our reality is competition. Think about that, Smoke. Where do we send our children? Basketball, right? Now, in this basketball shit, y'all is on teams, and what are y'all doing? Competing against each other, right? When they go into the basketball league and everybody get cool with each other, right? What's one of the issues that they have about basketball? It's too soft, right? These niggas want to be friends and shit. Don't you be hearing that shit?
Yep.
Here's another one. Look, here's another one. Rap. Nothing but competition. Black people got to kill each other to see who going to get the prize. And what you hear about rap, y'all niggas soft. Everybody want to collab and be friendly. What happened to the beef? Because that's what everybody want to see. Everybody want to see black people destroy black people. Black people eat black people. We look on TV. You know what? Fuck all of that. I'm good. I don't see all of that. Woo, wow, wow. All right, cool. Cut on the TV. You watch the TV. What you see? Black women arguing, fighting against each other. Right? Like, everything that we do is fighting against each other. And then once we finish fighting against each other, you know what we get, Smoke? We get a check. We get a check, right? We get a check. So now, generation after generation after generation, right? We getting checks for destroying one another. And here we go. Yo, with all this money we got, why don't we unify? How the fuck am I going to unify when I get money destroying each other, destroying us? Mona Scott, her whole empire is based upon black people destroying each other. That's it. Pumping out coonery on television to infect the youth.
Ain't that true?
To cause strife amongst black men and black women. You got these black feminists and shit coming out with these man-bashing shit on how bad the black man is to the, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we should pump all this shit to the black woman like the black man ain't shit. Then you got black dudes and shit pumping this white man masculinity agenda. They want to be alphas and all kind of shit like that. I'm listening to one of the Pills, and he was speaking on that shit. So he was like, yeah, if you put Jay-Z and DMX in the same room and said which one was the alpha by characteristically wise, you would say it's DMX because of how he carrying the rah-rah and all of that. You wouldn't say it's Jay-Z. But then Jay-Z is the one that can change lives and communities. Jay-Z is the one that can literally clean you up. But we don't look at that as alpha. We don't look at actual changing of people. No, we look at this alpha shit on how you pair up with another man. That's what alpha is. How you
Roman
pair
fighting
up
shit.
with another man.
Some Roman fighting shit.
It's
because,
not about,
I mean...
Wait, folks. It ain't no shit where it's like this. Yo, nigga, I'm an alpha. You know what I'm saying? Yo, alpha male. Ain't none but alpha males on this block. You know what I'm saying? You can tell because you can see all the old people jogging in the neighborhood because they know they safe because ain't nothing but alphas in this neighborhood. Ain't no break-in. Police can't come over here and disrespect over here. Ain't no crimes. We can leave our doors unlocked. Niggas, we alphas over here. Yo, we run our business. Ain't no foreigners could come in our neighborhoods and shit, open those corner stores and none of that shit because ain't no alpha males here. No, you don't hear that. You hear, I'm an alpha male and you a beta male. And the way I carry myself and the way and it's not, it have nothing to do with building shit. They have everything to do with how you pair up to another nigga.
Just
And every
like,
time I hear that shit, I'm like,
lock a nigga in a room who gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me,
yeah,
DMX is the alpha over Jay-Z, but DMX got a drug problem, family issues, money issues. He stay getting arrested while Jay-Z is on the total opposite spectrum of that. He got a family, wife, married, just had kids, 444. I mean, like, so, but DMX is the alpha for what? Because if they fight, he gonna win. Because that's really all he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like, when you thinking it's just
the
like
bravado. It could
right.
be the bravado too. The whole, yo, that rah, you know what I'm saying? Like that whole, but I'm
bald
like,
head,
what
shirt off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rough Rider.
At the end of the day, but what is that?
You
see what I'm saying? What is that?
It don't stand for nothing.
So it stands for nothing. Because at the end of the day, what's the platform this alpha man left his family? Now let's look at Jay-Z and see what platform he leaving his. And you tell me who the fuck is an alpha. That's what I don't get. Let's dead these Greek words. Let's create our own standards and our own shit. That way, because it's not for us as current black men in America, right? And this is for black people all over this world, right? But that's not. But that's for. That's not for us, right? The blueprint that's written down and you pass on to the next generation. You can live up to it, and you can front like you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you pass on to the babies, because they're going to grow up and it's going to be ingrained in them. That way they know, and they standing tall and they standing strong. So on your dying bed, you know you dying, leaving a strong generation next. But no, we don't do that. We want to keep on with this bravado shit, loud talking shit, acting like we tougher than we are. And we not. Now, the other thing about the Umar Johnson interview that was interesting to me that I also want to bring up is the fact that the responses from Envy and Charlemagne. And Envy, speaking on the whole issue of when Umar said that black people should how black people should deal with black women, black men should deal with black women should deal with black men. Now let me say this about that right there, Smoke. That's what I mean when I say -1 and 0. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. -1 is where envy is. That's why Umar's saying, think about how revolutionary this is, Smoke. The black man should be with the black woman. Oh, shit, drop a bomb on that, son. Hold on, damn. Drop a bomb on that. But it's like that's supposed to be common sense. That's you know what I'm saying. That's not even supposed to be a question. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's nothing being said. It's just -1 information being told by zeros. So you bring them up to the 0 level, and they're gonna fall back down because we got to get to that 1. Charlemagne talking. So right. So he's like, I don't agree because you're gonna love who you want to love. Where do you live at, Envy? Oh, I live around a whole bunch of white people. And where do your kids go to school? Oh, a whole bunch of white people? And what do you name your kids, Envy? Oh, a whole bunch of names that if somebody wanted to hire them, they wouldn't know whether or not they was black or white. Oh, okay. And why wouldn't you teach your child to date somebody black? Oh, they're going to love who they want to love. Obviously it's going to be white, right? Well, we got a caller. friends calling in. 44324. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is You God in Atlanta.
Hey, what's going on, You God?
Yeah, I wanted to come here and what y'all saying with the Umar thing or whatnot. I didn't, hear from the beginning, but did y'all hear the new Jay-Z album yet?
Oh, yeah. Well,
not all the way.
Everything. Yeah, but I finally,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
all right, well, yeah, it's real content,
yeah,
but I'm touching on what y'all were just saying about Umar. The reason why I brought that up is because, everybody's ranting and raving over Jay-Z album December 3rd. And Benzino went on Instagram and he was kind of, talking bad about him, saying, oh, now he's woke. You know what I mean? But he did a song with Eminem, the white man, the devil, this, that, and the third. But it's like a lot of that, what you were saying, Rasta, be about the -1. It's like a lot of that binary thinking. It's like, oh, it's like they're hating on, the man for doing like certain moves, but it's like in order to get to certain positions, you just can't think, just straight black and white. Like, oh, I can't work with this guy because he's white. I got to keep, everything 100% black. You know what I mean? If you're trying to build some stuff as well.
Oh yeah, it all depends
what
on
y'all
what
think
you
about
want to
that?
conquer. Yeah, it all depends on what you trying to conquer. What's the objective of conquering? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Jay-Z, and I'm a Jay-Z fan, been following him since day one, but Hov always dropped knowledge and science.
Right.
But what happened is everybody hates Jay. Remember, Jay-Z is the one that did that. Came out with the Kingdom Come shit, and that shit was mad grown up. When he told, I used to have knots like that. Now I got black cards, good credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown up. That was supposed to let all these little 30, 34, 5, 6-year-olds who still thinking they young grow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
30 is the new 20. What's
right.
30 is the new 20? Saying, okay, niggas is in their 30s and shit, they older, they middle-aged men. But guess what? They still feel like they young in their 20s and shit. But he's still telling you what? Grow the fuck up. You see what I'm saying? What he told you with Meet the Parents. Yo, fathers, raise your kids. You out here in the streets hustling. You're not paying no attention to the kids that you and raising up the kids that you breeding out here. And now you and him out here in the damn streets, and you killing your son. So it's like so when he come out with a full album. And then people like, oh, now he's what? He's been talking like this. But it would always be songs here and there, and it would or it might be verses and parts. Because listen to the shit he was saying off of Watch the Throne. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, come on, this nigga. What he said? Domino.
I see few blacks to how y'all go.
Yeah, like come on, he's been speaking this shit. But now it's the issue because he got a whole fucking album.
Well, I think you were saying more so because it's like, you was taking, well, not you, but he was criticizing saying, oh, he was taking pictures with Warren Buffett. He was taking pictures with Bill Gates. And these people, I guess, like bad for, black people this and the third. But it's like, with the whole conscious community, or it's like.
Wait, who's Benzino? Benzino? Wasn't hip-hop? Benzino? Benzino's a fucking mulatto. Benzino's a fucking mulatto. You see what I'm saying? How the fuck is this mulatto going to turn around and say Jay-Z is taking pictures with white people when, nigga, you got white people in your immediate fucking family? That's why you got people that say shit. You got to watch the people that say shit. Because he's also, Smoke, if I'm wrong, right? Smiling in Warren Buffett's face, right? Who's the owner of the source?
And
right.
What's the other cat name? I forget the other cat name.
He's a black dude, right?
Nah.
Damn, my bad. Damn, ain't that? Damn, right? Come on, man.
Yeah.
But,
so my question for you guys is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
So my question for you guys is like, as far as, you know, everybody, you know, because everybody gonna have their own. It's like, you know, people their goal may be to, okay, let's build an economy, you know, let's uplift, you know, the women, let's uplift the kids, this, that, and the third. But, or it's like, what would you kind of say to people to try to help them navigate, you know, through all of this stuff when you have situations where, you know, some people are just like, yo, you know, if you're trying to, you know, build a black economy, yo, you can't date a white person. Or if you're trying to build a black economy, you can't, you know, do a song with a white guy. Or you can't take a picture with this person. You know what I mean? Whereas in some instances, it may be a means to an end.
This is how I would tell people. This is how I tell people, and this is how I explain it to people like this when it comes to the whole black-white shit, right? And it's a benefit because I grew up pro-black Pan-African. I grew up in this ideology. So I went through my kill whitey stage. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to start a group called KYT, which meant kill white. You know what I'm saying? So K was for kill for the slow people, YT, KYT. You know what I'm saying? So that was my shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 12 and 13. You know what I'm saying? I remember telling my cousin, yo, if you ever see me with a white girl, yo, knock me out, yo. Straight up, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I was like 7 and 8. You know what I'm saying? Like hard body. So I get why these people is like that. It's because you're still young in the information. But what I get now that I'm older, 36 years old, man, this game is called chess. It's not checkers. It's chess. The spook that sat by the door. You dig what I'm saying? We have to, you don't sit there and see, that's like right now, you in your backyard, you see a snake in the backyard, but it's on the other side of the yard. And you got to get something that's on the other side of the yard away from the snake. You're not going to open up the door and say, oh, shit, there's a snake. I ain't going to go in the backyard. You're going to say, you know what? I see the snake. I see where the snake is. What I want is nowhere near where the snake is. So I'm going to go over here and get it over here. All right, Rasta B, but what if the shit is near where the snake is? So you know what you do? You walk slow. You keep your eyes on the snake. You know where that head at. You walk towards that tail. If you have to get that snake, you make sure you have the upper hand over that snake and not that snake having the upper hand over you. But all of this, stop being emotional. Nothing's new. These are the same funky-ass white people that never liked your ancestors. These are their children, and they don't like you. So now that we understand that, I don't like you, Mr. White Man. You don't like me, Mr. Black Man. Cool. Laws was passed that you have to hire me, so hire me. I understand that I'm in your economy, so I'm going to show you respect. Give me my check so I can build my own economy, so I can say kiss my ass. Our problem is we're in this white man's house, his economy, and we want to reorganize it. And we wondering why we keep getting pushback. Imagine somebody moving to your crib, eating and stuff in your house, and then talking about, yo, you mind if I put this Confederate flag up here on the wall? And you like, hell no, you can't put that shit up here. And you like, oh, man, that's racist. Why you acting prejudiced towards? And you arguing with this person. It's like, why the fuck am I even arguing with you? It's like, look, you know what you're going to, if you don't like it, go back to where the fuck you came from, right? It is the same concept. You see what I'm saying? It's the same concept. We're in their home. So instead of us bitching and complaining and shit, watch this. Here's another example. We're in their home. You're in their home and they got kids, right? So now they come and they say, Rasta B, we don't want you downstairs after 9 o'clock. We want you upstairs and we don't want you to see no more after 9 o'clock. But her kids can go downstairs. And I'm like, yo, that's racist. Look how they keep the black people upstairs, but the little white kids can even go downstairs after 9. No, nigga, that's her rule. And if you don't like that, what you need to be doing is thinking about not how unfair you're being treated in her economy. You need to be thinking about how you can benefit off this economy long enough to build your own economy. There's an old saying. It's the not a saying, but it's the story of the gingerbread man. We're the gingerbread man, and we're running from the baker, the candlestick maker, and everybody else. And we get to the lake, we jumps on the crocodile's back. That's the white economy. And we on there talking shit and bragging, and we doing all our dances and doing all the shit black people like to do, stunting, right? And the white economy start getting lower and lower in the water, and we start moving closer and closer towards the tip of the crocodile's mouth. Still talking shit to the damn crocodile and stuff like that. What we can do and all kind of shit, and then the crocodile opens his mouth and eat us. The more of the story, don't talk shit to you off the back of the crocodile. We too busy talking shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to build our economy. So that's my answer to that question. Yeah, that's my answer.
Cool.
You want to bring the smoke?
Yeah, think.
I mean, that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's just like to make that the point of, you know, why you would be criticizing someone, you know, a picture or you know, who he did a song with. You know what I mean? I mean, understanding that, you know, Jay-Z is a businessman. You know what I'm saying? And he a shark with it. So it's like, to me, you know, when you said that, it was like, I didn't hear about it until you said it. It was like, it came off kind of corny, you know what I mean? Benzino's, you know, Benzino's cornball, like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But, I mean, he pretty much said the point, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he's floating through an economy that has Warren Buffett, that has all these other players in it. We already know that it's not many blacks in that doing that. So he's gonna flex with these guys or be around them and things like that. But I think you got to do the money ain't integrity.
The money ain't there. The money ain't there. Why? Yeah, it ain't there. Why in the fuck is Jay-Z gonna only fuck with black people when we don't even have an economy? So all the money is leaving. I'm going to where the money is. You talking about getting bread, right? Okay, so let me go over there where that big old pot of bag of money is over there. Nah, brother, leave the white man bread alone and let me deal with our black bread. Okay, I could deal with that. But guess what? There's no economy. So the black bread is not even permanent. It's temporary money. And it's always going to be temporary money until we build up our economy. Now watch this. Damn, the caller dropped. Cause I thought he had a second question. I wanted him. Yeah, I thought he had a second question. but I want to read some of this right here. I just want to read some of this right here, just to even reiterate on these fake woke people and all this other shit. This is Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community. Martin Luther King Jr. With Selma and the Voting Rights Act, one phase of development. Oh, let me read what the Voting Rights Act is. This is what the Voting Rights Act is, yo. All right. It says, the bill lay on, all right, it says, President Lyndon Johnson high spirits were marked as he circulated among the many guests whom he had invited to witness an event he confidently felt to be historic. The signing of the 1965 Voting Rights Act. The legislation was designed to put the ballot effectively into the Negro hand in the South after a century of denial by terror and evasion. The bill that lay on the polished mahogany desk was born in violence in Selma, Alabama, where a stubborn sheriff handling Negroes in the Southern tradition had stumbled against the future. During a nonviolent demonstration for voting rights, the sheriff had directed his men in tear gassing and beating the marchers to the ground. The nation had seen and heard the exploded in indignation. In protest, Negroes and whites marched 50 miles through Alabama and arrived at the state capital of Montgomery in a demonstration 50,000 strong. President Johnson described Selma as a modern Concord, addressed the joint sessions of Congress before a television audience of millions. He pledged that we shall overcome and declared that the national government must by law ensure to every Negro his full rights as a citizen. The Voting Rights Bill of 1965 was the result. In signing the measure, the president announced that today is a triumph for victory as huge as any victory that's ever been won on any battlefield. Today we strike away the last major shackle of fierce and ancient bond. So that lets you know that the Voters' Rights Act ain't no fucking, they're going to take away our rights to vote. No, unless I misinterpreted what I just read, the Voting Rights Act is basically ensuring the full rights as a citizen in this country. So the reason why I'm saying it like that, Smoke, is because when I'm listening to these black people, especially these older black people, who we need to get the fuck out of Congress, and we need some nice, fresh, young black blood in there. Now, of course, we need an economy to fund our brothers and sisters that's young in there. But get them old niggas up out of there. You see what I'm saying? Because they tainted. They tainted, right? How are they inside Congress telling us our Sharptons and shit, right? That they're tweaking the Voting Rights Act and that's dealing with us voting. You dig what I'm saying? When no, if they're tweaking the Voting Rights Act, that means they're tweaking the it's like they're tweaking the law that guarantees us our full rights as citizens in America. So they shouldn't be touching that at all. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I say all of this like that is because if you look up whiteness in America, they talk about how the Swedish, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Swedish, was not considered white in America because of whatever century they had Mongolian blood in them, which is, again, why I think that the real reason why America don't fuck with Russia. But a law had to be passed that Swedish white people had to be treated like white people and could not be treated differently, could not do none of that shit. You could look that shit up. So there should be a law that ensured that every Negro had his full rights as a citizen. That's the Voting Rights Bill. That shit should never be tweaked. You dig what I'm saying? So again, what are these old black people doing in there? So then watch this. With Selma and the Voting Rights Act, one phase of development in the Civil Rights Revolution came. With Selma and the Voting Rights Act, one phase of development in the Civil Rights Revolution came to an end. A new phase opened, but few observed observers realized it or were prepared for its implications. For the vast majority of white Americans, the past decade, the first phase had been a struggle to treat the Negro with a degree of decency, not of equality. White America was ready to demand that the Negro should be spared the lash of brutality and coarse degradation, but it had never been truly committed to helping him out of poverty, exploitation, or any form of discrimination. I'm going to read that again. White America was ready to demand that the Negro should be spared the lash of brutality and coarse degradation, but it had never been truly committed to helping him out of poverty, exploitation, that's what this hip-hop bullshit is, or all forms of discrimination. The outraged white citizen had been sent with the outraged white citizen had been sincere when he snatched the whip from the southern sheriff and forbade them more cruelty. But when this was to a degree accomplished, the emotions that had momentarily inflamed him melted away. White Americans left the Negro on the ground and in devastating numbers walked off with the aggressor. It appeared that the white segregationists and the ordinary white citizen had more in common with one another than either had with the Negro. When Negroes looked for the second phase, the realization of equality, they found that many of their white allies had quickly disappeared. The Negroes of America had taken the president, the press, and the pulpit at their word. The president, the press, which is the media, and the pulpit, your church, as their word when they spoke in broad terms, broad, people of color, minorities, spoke in broad terms of freedom and justice. But the absence of brutality and unregulated evil is not the presence of justice. To say murder is not the same thing as to ordain brotherhood. The word was broken, and the free-running expectation of the Negro crashed into the stone walls of white resistance. The result was havoc. Negroes felt cheated, especially in the North, while many whites felt that the Negro had gained so much it was virtually impudent and greedy to ask for more so soon. And I already did the show, Smoke, that the white people about to turn their backs on us. And we're going to see that right here when Trump get that second goddamn shit. They doing all this posturing and shit, but they all whisper behind their back. Think about it. They fighting right now. When he get that next term, they can't say nothing. They can't say nothing. Tomorrow, we're going to do a show. That's my plan, at least, because I want to talk about that Russia bullshit, and I want to talk about the new shit they setting up to distract the people. You know what I'm saying? While they constantly let shit go by. I'm going to talk about Van Jones, where he admits that the Russia shit is a big nothing burger. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about all that shit because I really want black people not to get caught up in all this bullshit that's being pumped and sold to us while they play their little games, and then we always fall into that stupid-ass trap. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole shit, you know. That's in Black America Radio. Thanks for listening. You know what I'm saying? This is Rasta B.
Smokey.
Yeah.